Hello students, welcome to online audio video lessons. Myself, Rajeshwari Mahapatra, mathematics teacher, first 10th standard. So here, subject will be mathematics part 1 and today's topic we are going to take it from the chapter number 4, financial planning. In the last video, we have just introduced the GST and financial planning. In this video, we are going to discuss we have to conduct the topic GST and the tax invoice. So already in the last video we have discussed about the GST. In this video little revision of GST and we will continue with the tax invoice. So let's student, we will begin the first slide. So first one is what is financial planning. So it's a source of funds, that is financial resources. Then when you will add with the utilization of fund, that is financial techniques, we will get financial planning. So financial planning is the mathematical sum of following parameters. Means it is function. So financial resources plus financial techniques, we will get financial planning. It's in a simple way to understand the financial planning. Now come to the GST. So GST, what it is? So already I have explained in the last video. So here GST, you can see it is central taxes and state taxes. So in the central taxes, CGST and IGST will come. And in the state taxes, SGST it will come. All the central and state indirect taxes to be submerged in GST. Earlier, 17 taxes and 23 cesses submerged. Now it will be multiple taxes to single unified tax system. So already in the last video I have explained that all the multiple taxes related to goods and service, it's come under the GST. So we will just see to it. Additional duties of customs, service tax, surcharges, cesses, excise duty, state VAT or purchase tax, entertainment tax, luxury tax, or we can say tax on lottery, betting, octroi, entry tax, etc. It comes under the GST. Now mainly the GST for the local sales and for interstate sales will be CGST and SGST comes under the local sales, and IGST is the interstate sales, sales outside state. Okay, and this is what sale within the state. Now we will take one example to better understand this one. So here you can see this. Here you can see one tax invoice of good purchase. It is a sample. It is the example. Okay. So here mainly we have to see the tax invoice, the 10 main things. So first of all, this is the supplier name. Means the supplier name, which is the company name, you can say. And then the address of that supplier. And then GSTN number. All the abbreviation I will give it in the next slide. So here it's a second part is your GSTN. That is the number related to goods and service tax identification number. Now come to the invoice of GST. Invoice number is also important. So this is the third one. Then come to the fourth bit, that is mobile number or email ID. And then fifth one is invoice date. Date is mentioned in the invoice. So next will be HSN code. That is harmonized system nomenclature. Okay. Then we will taxable amount. Then CGST, that is central goods service taxes, and then it is state goods service taxes, and then it's total, and the last one you have to see this, that is your total amount. So here it is given in your page number, in your textbook if you will refer, it is given in 82 page number. So that is only it is calculated over here. So we will see one by one. In the serial number you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 it is given according to the number of products, whatever products you have taken from the supplier. Then here the HSN code, that is harmonized system nomenclature. So here every product is having different code, harmonized code will be different. Now here the product name, normal product name, whatever name you. Then rate of the product, and then how much the quantity it will be, and what is the taxable amount for this quantity and the rate. And then comes to CGST and SGST. CGST and SGST will be equal for the quantity or for the product what we are taking. So suppose here the rate of CGST is 2.5%. So 2.5% of 200 will be 5 rupees. That means 200 multiply 2.5 upon 100. So you will find 5 rupees for the tax. Similar way for the SGST also, for 200, 2.5% will be on 200. That means 200 multiply 2.5 upon 100. So we will get 5 rupees. So here the total amount has to be paid, that is taxable amount plus the tax. That is 5 plus 5, 10. So 200 plus 10 rupees. So here the total amount has to be paid for the peda, that is 210 rupees. So similar for the other products also, same calculation. Okay. So price of 1 kg of peda is rupees 400. Therefore cost of 500 gram of peda is rupees 200. So CGST for peda at the rate of 2.5% is rupees 5 and SGST at the rate of 2.5% is rupees 5. So it means that the rate of GST on peda is 2.5% plus 2.5%, that is equals to 5%, and hence the total GST is rupees 10. So for the peda, for the one product, how much total GST is paid? For the 200, the GST extra we have to pay rupees 10. So the rate of GST on chocolate is also 28%. Hence the total GST is rupees 22.40. Now come to the rate of GST on ice cream is 18%. Hence the total cost of ice cream will be 236. On butter, CGST rate is 6% and SGST rate is 6%. So GST rate will be 12%. 6 plus 6 will be 12%. So hope you must have understood the first tax invoice of the chapter. Now we will move to the some abbreviations. That means GST, already we know that goods and service tax. CGST is the central goods and service tax, which is to be paid to the central government. SGST is what? State goods and service tax, which is to be paid to the state government. GSTIN is what? Goods and service tax identification number. It is mandatory for the dealers whose turnover in previous finance year exceeds rupees 20 lakhs and it has 15 alpha numerals. You can see here, this is the GSTN number. You can see, if you will count, you can see 15 alpha numeral numbers are there. So here HSN, that is Harmonized System of Nomenclature, that is all goods are classified by giving numerical code called HSN code, and it is to be quoted in the tax invoice. And then come to the last term, that is SAC, SAC, that is Service Accounting Number. So here service and also services are also classified with special code number are given, are called SAC. So you can see the GSTN number over here. So GSTN number means here we will just specify that. Here you can see, that is before that we know that PAN number, that is permanent account number. The dealer, the supplier, the company should have a PAN number. The person should have a PAN number. So that is permanent account number. So here if in the GSTN IN, that is goods service tax identification number. So suppose the first two number, the first two digit for the state code, it will be state code. So if the Maharashtra supplier is there, that means this 22 will turn to 27. You can see in the first example it is given 27. 27 is the code for Maharashtra. Now then it is written with the digits 10 digit number. After 2 digit, 10 digit number goes straight to PAN number. The same PAN number will be written. So it may be anything which is given in the PAN number. So that is PAN number. After this, that means here 10 plus 2. So 12 digit it is over. Now 15, only 3 digits are left. So this one number, one representation, one registration means the entry number of the PAN that is registered one time. Now here Z is what here? Uniform for all by defaulter. By default it is. Check some digits. Okay. So here what? It is the authorized Z. By default for everyone it is Z. Okay. Uniform for all the defaulters. That means all the companies or supplier, it is the uniform code. Now 5. 5 is what? Check some digit. That means what? Confirm the validity of the GSTIN when entered on GST portal. Means this 5 is to be checked to that it is there or not in the to confirm the validity of the GST number. So here when it was entered on the GST portal. Now come to the next part, that is the next example. It is given, fill in the blanks with the help of given information for the table. So here you can see the table and its solution is given. So it is on the page number 83 in your textbook. Here SAC GSTN number is written. Here the address is written, invoice number, invoice date, and here, so here taxable amount for coffee, the taxable amount is 20. So 20 is 2.5% rate will be equals to how much tax? 0.50 for CGST, and for SGST also 0.5. So here 1 rupee will be extra charge for the tax as a tax for the taxable amount 20. Is that clear? So similar way for the other things also you can write it. Now come to the next example, that is there in your page number 85. So in the 85 page number, 3 sums are given. So you can see to it. Make a list of 10 things you need in your daily life. Find the GST rates and GST rate chart given in the textbook. So in the textbook you have to go through the GST rate and you have to list anything which is goods you are using. You can prepare a list. Suppose the next question is, make a list of 10 services and their GST rates as per the activity 1. So railway and ST bus booking services, etc. You can also collect service bills and complete the information. So here the GST rates are given in your textbook. You have to just go through it and you have to write it only for the practice form. You can practice it more and more to clear the concept of GST and with the different abbreviations. So here writing remaining SAC and HSN, that is harmonized system nomenclature codes also with the rates, and add some more items in the list. So it is also there in textbook 85 page number. You can see for the different goods you will have the different SAC number and with the GST rate and with the harmonized system nomenclature also. So hope you must have understood the concept of tax invoices and different types of taxes. So please go through the textbook and watch the video again and again to more clarifying your doubts related to financial planning as well as the tax invoice. Hope you must have understood clearly from this video.